Hello everyone, Roxanne59, back again with my crocheting. I just thought I'd come on here and crochet a little bit for you today. Maybe about 30 minutes worth. I don't know. I'm watching TV in the background. Oh, I'll have to edit out the TV. So, can't see me, but I can't see the TV anymore. Oh well, I'll just deal with it. Uh, yeah, this is how far I've gotten with it. Uh, anyway, and I still have the. Don't really feel bad. I just got the frog in my throat, the phlegm, or whatever it's called. I've known people this month that not COVID, and I guess you call it a cold or you call it sinuses, but I've had it since December 29th. So, anyway. And if y'all don't know yet, yesterday I broke down and, well, I didn't break down. I bought a car. I bought a car. Yay. Yeah. So, I'm happy with that. It's just my mechanics getting a look over, you know, getting a tune up. Other than that, good car. Uh, he'll have it to me in a couple of days, probably. I don't know. So anyway, it's a Pontiac Vibe. If anybody wants to know. So, and y'all see my little Candy. She thinks this is her chair too. This is where her and her daddy sat. They sit here for the longest together. We had an oversized chair that we got years ago, and we got this one back last mm, April or May, somewhere in there, because the other chair it gave the ghost, and wasn't worth sitting anymore. It's broke. But we had three dachshunds at the time. We had her mama, which is a black and tan, and her aunt, which is the same color as her, but she had a mohawk in the back of her neck, right back of her neck. And those two, one passed away 3 years ago, and the other one passed away uh, 2 years ago, or was it two? And they one passed away in June, and one passed away in August, a year apart from each other. So this August was Candy's whole year without her aunt or her mom. And then in September, when her daddy passed away, if y'all don't know the story, he had dementia, but he fell here in the house last Saturday in August and busted his head open, and they sent him to the ambulance. Came, paramedics, fire department. They came and checked him over, and he was bleeding from the head. And then he said, "I'll be all right," and it stopped. you know. But the fireman said, no, you got to go to the hospital. And I convinced him to go. And while he was out there, when he fell, my dog, little Candy, got snuck out, and she was laying on top of her daddy. Went out and jumped on top of him, licking him like, Daddy, you all right, Daddy? And that was all. When the fireman came and had taken him away in the ambulance, the last time she got to see him. And it's been hard. She she's not the perfect indoor. I mean, what I'm trying to say. She's trained to go outside and go to the bathroom. But if you don't hurry up and take her, she'll go find a place in the house and she's going to go. Well, uh, when her dad died, it was about 3 or 4 weeks, about a month or less. I had trouble with her wanting to pee and poop in the house more than she ever did. She was grieving. She didn't know how to do anything but act out, you know, poop and pee. So she still has her accidents every once in a while. And sometimes I think, Mama's lazy. Don't see that she's got to go to the bathroom or she don't tell me. Or I'm doing something and don't, say that, hey, Mama got to go to the bathroom. Well, I'm teaching her to go out the back door again. Um, for the longest, we have our back door's fenced in. And she likes to get out and go out the front door. Where there's no fence, she can run. But this past 2 weeks, I have been waiting on her to tell me to go, that I've got to go. And I'll go to the back door, and if she don't go, I go sit down. I said, you're either going out the back door or you're not going at all. Well, sometimes she'll go out, and about 10, 15 minutes later, she'll ask me again. I really got to go. She'll run outside. So, because she likes to go to the road, to the mailbox, and looking up and down the street. Or we have in the springtime, we had two groundhogs and they had a baby. Well, the day after my husband died, one of the groundhogs died. We called them Harry and Fuzzy. We don't know which one died, but they had a baby. Excuse me. But the day after my husband died, one of them died. And they kind of like seeing those groundhogs. My neighbor said he fed them apples. I don't remember him. If he fed them apples, he didn't tell me he fed them apples or anything. We know they were not starving because we had a garden in the backyard and they were getting into the garden and eating my stuff. So, mm, so this past year when I planted a garden, we didn't plant hardly anything in the back because we knew that the groundhogs would get it. We planted them up close to the house where they don't actually come. They come further below the house into the back side of my yard. And this year they got into the garden again, but I didn't plant a lot back there. We had potatoes, and I planted black eyed peas. And the black eyed peas that didn't get up on the running, I had some medicators back there I put around them. Well, those that didn't get up high enough off the groundhogs will lunch for me, and they had a blast with it. So this year, when May comes around, March, April, when you start planting. I'm not planting in the backyard because I'll forget to go back there. It's too far from the house. It'll be right outside my door here where we had some tomatoes last year, closer to the house. Not that I don't want to feed the animals, but there's enough seeds probably that fell last year that the groundhogs will still get their food. Someone said, well, we should take them off, trap them. They're not really hurting anything except doing what they're supposed to do, you know. So, anyway, but, yeah, I'm gonna keep crocheting another 5, 10 minutes. Maybe I might quit at this rope. I've not had the best of time this week. It was the roughest thing I ever had to do. And somebody said, what? Well, when I went and bought a car, that was the roughest thing I ever had to do. Yes, I've only been driving a car half of my life. I didn't start driving until I was 31 years old. And me and my husband picked out the cars together because I had to see if I could drive them. I never had to go pick out a car by myself. So that was hard. And it's go out there and you want to get a good enough a better car than what you had to start with. One that gets me off the ground a couple more inches, not seat wise, because I roll the seat thing up to get me up off the ground that way. I talk about up underneath and up on and to find one that's small enough that gets up off the ground was the hardest thing. But I found one, and it's going to be a pretty good ride, I think. So anyway, but that was not the hardest thing in my life. The hardest thing in my life was when my husband died. But doing things after he died been so hard. And yes, I tear up and I cry. Not every day. I cry maybe 4 or 5 times a week. It might last 5, 10 minutes. It might last a minute. I tear up over stuff. I was looking at my video editor today to put a video thing out or try to figure it out. And I came across some of the pictures I'd taken when my husband was in the hospital. And my little candy just started staring like, where is he? Where's Daddy? I hear him. And I teared up then. Um, yeah, Candy's uh, 10 years old. She was born on Labor Day. And Labor Day was September 5th when she was born that year. Born here in the house. And her mama had her, her sister that my friend has, her brother that her daddy owner, he passed away, but they got a dog. He passed away before he could get the dog. And then we had a little black puppy. She had four. And the little black puppy died. And the owner of the dog that was the breeder, um, He passed away about 3 or 4 weeks before the puppies were born. Maybe 3 weeks before they were born. And I went after the puppies were born. We went back to bed because it was the middle of the night, and I was almost asleep. And I got up to check on the dog again, and that time it was close to time my husband would go to work, and we found a little black puppy that died, having trouble. He was gone, we think, by then. But we started doing CPR and breathing on him, and it didn't work. Well, my husband wrapped him up in a towel and said, "We'll bury him after I get home from work." And I said, "Okay." Well, I went back to bed, and in my dreams, I saw the breeder's dog, the owner of the breeder. I think his name was Tommy. And he said, "Thank you for little Blackie." And I cried. I don't know how many people believe in that kind of thing, but he got the puppy, but his wife got the one that they were promised. And so I don't know if they called him Mr. T after Tommy, the daddy. We named him Tommy. And they said, "That's too much. We can't do that." So I named Mr. T. And I don't know if Mr. T is still alive or not because, let's see, 10, 11, 12. He would be 14 years old now if he's alive, or 15. So, no. Mr. T would be 10. Mr. T is 10 like this dog. The breeder dog is what's not alive. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, anyway, that's my life story for today. Yeah. But Candy's my buddy. She loves going to the flea markets with me. We bought a stroller for a dog we had before these three we had. Name was Weasel. Not many people believe me, but Weasel could say over 50 words. He talked, but he became a diabetic, and he went blind from cataract, from the diabetics and the medicine. He got Cushing's disease, which is a form of cancer, and we had to give him a little pill that was. And he got blind. And our vet asked him, "Are you happy?" He said, "Happy." She asked him, "You want me to fix my eye? Are you happy the way you are? Or you want me to fix your eyes?" We were gonna take him up to the University of Georgia. And he said, "Happy. You want your eyes fixed?" "No." So we didn't get his eyes fixed. And he was our sweet little man. And my husband loved that dog too. Yeah. He lived to be 10 years old, and he lived 3 years with diabetes. And we gave him a shot every day. And that dog's favorite thing to eat, Krispy Kreme donuts. This is before we found out he was a diabetic. We were driving, and one of the first Krispy Kreme donuts was in our area. And we would get a mile from that place, and my dog would say, "Want some? Want some?" And my husband would say, "Not today, Weasel." He'd go, "Oh." Or we'd say, "We'd get some." Yum, yum. He was a cute little man. So, all right, I got things to finish and do around the house. Gotta go get my blankets out of the dryer. And we'll see y'all on the next one. Y'all have a blessed day. Like and subscribe. I'm up to 504. You know, I got 500 more to go. And got lots of watch hours to go. Watch them again. Turn them on and play it in a loop while you're cooking your dinner. All right. Y'all have a blessed day now. Bye.